Yo ninjas is too romantic. Giving all praises to Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, bahasham Rucha Kodash. Right, double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well, laboring in word and doctrine, shalom in peace. May that be unto the elect of the nation of Israel. Right, my voice is back, man. All praises to Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi. For that, now we're back. I still feel a bit shit, but I'm feeling up for, man. I'm feeling like we've come through it. I'm being dramatic, but you know, it feels good. It feels good. All praises to Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi. Right, so romantic. Yo ninjas. Right, you should know what a ninja is. I'm not talking martial art. Think about the algorithm. Right, that's all I'll say. Romantic, adjective, 1650s, of the nature of a literary romance. I don't worry about that. A romantic and romance. You're thinking lovey-dovey. You are too lovey-dovey. Jake, you simp. But that's not the point of the lesson. Although, it factors in thereof hitherto. Alright, so it says, of the nature of a literary romance, from French romantique, from romance, a romance, a bleak case of old French romance, verse narrative, see romance. And don't worry too much about the writing style. We've got to get the word roots and the root words, and them ting there. So romance says c 1300, a story written or recited of the adventures of a knight, a hero, etc. You're the bad guy, man. Right? He's the bad guy. He's always going to paint himself as the knight or the hero. So it's often one designed principally for entertainment. From Old French romance, verse narrative, we've come across that already. Modern French Roman, originally an adverb in the vernacular language. From Vulgar Latin, romanis, scribere, to write in a Romance language. One developed from Latin instead of Frankish. It was Frankish, so you get the term France. Quite the Franks and the Gauls, them. It says, from Latin Romanicus, of or in the Roman style. You ninjas are Roman style, man. Roman style Jacobs. From Romanus or Romanus, Roman. See Roman. I said that word so much it sounds funny now. Then we click Roman. Old English from Latin Romanus, aka Romanus, of Rome, Roman. Right, from Roma, Rome. See Rome. Right, so you're in the fashion of Rome, man. And who is Rome? The beast. And look, I got a new background. It's a bit garish, but we'll deal with it. I just put in Roman. I was looking where it was Apocrypha, where it was. And of course you had the Japhetic Romans. And then E came up in. And then Jake came up in. It was like everyone was there. But the main one, when we talk about the pagan Roman Empire, we're dealing with the E's. The E's. Yeah, he's got sleaze with E's. Right, Revelation 13:1, and I saw, no I didn't. It says, and I stood, Revelation 13:1, and I stood upon the sand of the sea, and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his heads the name of blasphemy. Now when you would say, the Catholic Church is the harlot, which is off, because who's the harlot? Babylon, which is what? The so-called United States of America, which is really what the divided states of Babylon. Yes, and it's referred. Nations that are ruling tend to be referred to as kingdoms. That's an ancient form of government. Now, just because you read about the king of Babylon, the king there could be if Babylon, so-called United States, change into I don't even know what you call it, man. Well, you've got a parliament, you've got a prime minister. Yeah, that's still the king of Babylon. Just because you've got a president, and the president is still the king over Babylon, the head ruler, which really is a puppet ruler. He's the head. It says, where we still go through it again. And I saw upon the sand of the sea, and saw a beast rise up out of the sea. That's literal. And well, of course, you have this. Where does it say Maybe that's in. I think that's 18 actually. Let's just see. Bear with me. Alright, sourced, see. There is 17. Revelation 17 and 15. And he saith unto me, the waters which are sourced, where the horse sitteth, are peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues. So waters, yeah, it can refer to, I'm not saying, yeah, again, that Revelation 13 and 1 isn't the whore. Revelation 13, careful, man. Careful, man. That's a wide ass turn. You better be careful, man. Salachia. Revelation 13 and 11, yeah, that's where that next beast, another beast, rises up. Right, so in this, you have water rise out of the sea. And in 13, what does it say? Out of the, where does it say it? Coming up out of the earth. Yeah, out of the earth. Right, so don't get that conflated and confused. We just wanted to use an example of where the waters can be people. But also, yeah, out of the surrounding islands, say that it sort of rose up out of the sea, if you like. So it's having 7 heads, which is who? Yeah, the NATO North Atlantic Treaty Organization. Organization. Is that what it's called? I think that's what it's called. I don't know why I laughed. Yeah, let's check that. Yeah, it is. I don't know why I laughed. So they're a body. Yeah, they're a body. What is organization? It means to make it into organs. Right, to compartmentalize. Organ. What is organization? Organization. Structure of the body and its parts. Yeah, organ. It's musical instrument. That's not what we want. Organ of the body. Alright, so that's when you're organized and you're putting it into different sections, you're having what? Discrimination. And so you can't discriminate. Alright, you go in an airplane with a man that can't see, driving it. Not that can't see, but the pilot. Right, a blind pilot. Yeah? Or why do you go down the motorway? Yeah, because we can't discriminate, innit? Why you go down the motorway at 120, 140 miles per hour, around 230 kilometers per hour. Yeah, and why don't you let a blind man drive it? It's not because you hate blind people or you think they're worthless or anything like that, but clearly if you sight is imperative, if you need it, you can't fulfill that role. Same way like a what? Like a true prophet in this time needs to be what? It needs to be from Jake. Right, so you'd have to discriminate against the other nations because they don't fulfill the desired category. Right, you'd have to have the word. You'd have the Lord would have to be dealing with you. Right, the Lord would have to know you. What does he say? Ye only you Israelites has he known. Right, therefore he'll punish us for all our iniquity. Right, so it has to fulfill. So there is organized, and the organization is the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. Right, and that represents what the 7 heads and the 10 horns would be what the EU, the European Union. Right, I'm not going to laugh at the word union because I'm pretty sure that's correct. It says, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his heads the name of blasphemy. Right, and who is this dealing with? What kingdom? What peoples? Yeah, who was this? The name of blasphemia. So what's that? An injurious speech against one's good character. Revelation 13 on 1, that word blasphemia. Listen to our friend say it.
Strong's G 988, blasphemia. Blasphemia.
Blasphemia. It's a slander, detraction, speech injurious. It says to another's good name. Impious and reproachful speech injurious to divine majesty. Right, so if you're getting very romantic, it means that you are of or in Rome or in the Roman style. Now, don't get me wrong. Do not get it twisted. Now, Paul was referred to as a Roman, and we saw that. I think we didn't zoom in on it, but we saw it in passing. A Roman and uncondemned, may I say. So, and he was using that. That's like his dwelling place. You can say, "Oh, come on, man, you're gonna do that to an American citizen?" That was a horrible accent. But you're gonna do that to an American citizen? Yeah, you can use that. But I'm an American and I've not done it. You know, we're all equal before or something like that. That's basically what he was doing. Because he knew he was a Jake. He wasn't saying, come on, man, I'm an E. And I've heard people say that, man. Bugged out Jacobites say, well, Paul called himself a Roman, so you're stupid because he was an E. Now all you need to do is go to Romans 11:1, and it says, he's an Israelite, right, of the seed of Abraham, of the tribe of Benjamin, right, the son of the right hand. So Paul was definitely a Jake. You simple Jakes. Right, Acts 22 and 25, and this is talking about him being, Paul going on trial, if you like. Acts 22 and start 25. And as they bound him with thongs, Paul said to the centurion that stood by, and a centurion means what? A ruler over how many cents? So a cent means what? 100. Right? Just because someone was a centurion, you can have a it's like a Jake police officer or a Jake in the army. You can say, nah, he's a terror because he's in the army. No, not necessarily. Not that there won't be terrors in the army, but just because someone's in the army, they can still be an Israelite. So you get bugged out. Cornelius, he says he's a centurion of the Italian band. So if Jake went in the military and went over to Italy, I guess he's an Edomite now. Come on, bruh. Right, Acts 22 and 25 again. And as they bound him with thongs, Paul said unto the centurion that stood by, is it lawful for you to scourge a man that is a Roman and uncondemned? Now was Paul in the manner of the Romans? And was he sacrificing unto all the different weird pagan idols? But he recognized his citizenship, and he recognized, if I emphasize the fact that I dwell here, I'm a Roman. And it wasn't just like, I need to polish up on the history still, I'm not too sharp in it, but it wasn't like everyone just got Roman citizenship, like, or the Roman title just like that, man. It was a thing of honor. Like if you're born in Babylon now, you're an American. Or if you're born in come on, geezer, I'm British. Yeah? Just because you're born there. Well, in fact, it goes into it. Yeah, so I'll shush. It says, Paul said unto the centurion that stood by, is it lawful for you to scourge a man that is a Roman and uncondemned? When the centurion heard that, he went and told the chief captain, saying, take heed what thou doest, for this man is a Roman. It says, then the chief captain came and said unto him, tell me, art thou a Roman? He said, yea. So Paul said, yea. It says, and the chief captain answered, with a great sum obtained I this freedom. So you see, that's what I was talking about. It's not everyone, you're automatic, oh, you're a Roman, you're a Roman. Everyone's just throwing out these tickets, you're a Roman, you're a Roman, you're a Roman. It says, and the chief captain answered, with a great sum obtained I this freedom. And Paul said, but I was freeborn. It said, then straightway they departed from him which should have examined him, and the chief captain also was afraid, after he knew that he's a Roman, and because he had bound him. And I'll just go to the first verse of the next chapter, and just to prove Paul wasn't going, all right, and now I worship, these idols of Rome. Yeah, he was still keeping true to the truth. Yeah, but he just had to make that. Now, y'all ninjas that are so damn romantic, you're not saying that, oh, well, yeah, I'm a Roman, I'm an American, like that, to try and juggle yourself out of a situation. You're saying it proudly, man. And you'll say, oh, no, I'm not Jake. I'm not an Israelite of the tribe of, I'm not an Israelite of the seed of Abraham, of the tribe of Benjamin. And that's your romantic spirit. So Acts 23:1, and Paul, earnestly beholding the council, said, men and brethren, I have lived in all good conscience before Yahawah until this day. Right, so when you see God, of course, it's going into the Greek theos or theos is the root. But it doesn't mean that it's talking about gut or that German deity, that German word. Because certain times they'll say, yeah, gut or whatever was a German deity. Sometimes they say, or it will say that it's not. We know it's a German word. We're not Germans. Right? We don't call ourselves German or Hebrew Germanites. Right? Which would be a Temanite. Which they are Hebrews. But not everyone that dwells in Germany, obviously, but you know what I mean. But we're looking to go, especially when we're talking about the names, man, they're important. You say, yeah, but you're doing this whole video in English. Right, but what's the key? Yeah, we're teaching the doctrine because you speak English. If I was to start saying, first off, I can't. Can't speak fluent ancient Hebrew, but we will in the kingdom. Yeah, but if I was to do that, you wouldn't understand it. We get the names right. Yeah, we don't call on so-called God and Jesus. We may use them names when teaching, but really we should be using what the true names, or the title, or a title rather, you know. So there it is, you know, Paul, he was a Roman, but he wasn't romantic. Does that make sense? Do you get what I'm getting at, lads and ladettes? Lads and laddies, lads and ladies. Alright, so I think I'll leave it there. Yon Ninja's too Roman, man. Way too Roman. Alright. And, yeah, I'll make it again. Just because you dwell in the land doesn't mean that... Yeah, we're in this world, we're not of it. Yeah, I'll end it on that. No need to waffle. We'll end it on that, man. I pray it was edifying. On to the next one, Lord willing. Giving all praises to Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, bahasham, Shalom.